What's up? Happy Monday, you guys. Great weekend.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Great weekend for crypto. All in all, it seems like Friday, everyone just turned off their computers and then they're like, let's do it to them, and then ripped it higher. Basically all day today until like a couple hours ago. So looking good. Hitting that bounce off of that 52. What are you guys up to this weekend? I know Roach was definitely watching the football first week.
I am watching football as we speak.
It started? I thought it was starting at 5:30 or in like 30
Yeah, the pre-games going, all that kind of good stuff. Hopefully none of that audio comes through my screen share. But other than that, yeah, I mean, football was a smashing week one. My most important league, I asked me and my fresh new co-owner absolutely smashed. So, football legends, which is ironic because the league's name is Legends League. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Even though the football apparently was a little slow. I don't know. I liked it.
Go Bears! Bears finally won week one here. Caleb Williams
came
didn't do
back
a whole
to
bunch, but hey.
Caleb Williams
just
was one of
new
the
quarterback?
worst.
What's the
The
situation?
worst quarterback start.
I think he'll be all right.
Rookie quarterback starts almost ever.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think that's completely overplayed. I think Caleb Williams is phenomenal. At least I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good start. Doomsday though, out weeks.
Went to a little Cubs game on Friday. Anthony Rizzo returned to Chicago, Wrigley Field for his first time since he got traded. So that was a pretty fun game. They lost. Yankees won, but.
See, I'm trying to place where everyone's from, and how I know you're from the Chicago area.
Yes, sir.
Me and Crypto GR, and I think Bird's originally a couple places.
Okay. I am from West Coast.
Yeah, but Bird, I fly all over.
I'm a previous Blackhawks hater, but not
That's
longer.
fair.
Let's go.
I'm a Canucks fan, so.
So are you a Seahawks fan, Roats?
Seahawks, Canucks. Yes. I mean, football, I'm team agnostic because it's all about those fantasy football players. But yeah, I do lean Seahawks. Even though
I like the Seahawks.
They're in a weird state right now.
They should have gave Marshawn Lynch the ball, but.
Yes.
That's going to be a saying for lifetime, dude.
I was an Eagles fan at that time.
Oh, okay.
So Eagles were my first team, and then I switched to the Seahawks given the fact that I was like, you know what, I'm probably never going to a Philadelphia game where I have been to Seahawks games. I could. But
when they play in Seattle, for sure.
Some stadiums are more forgiving than others with the alternate jersey. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But not football. I'm sure everyone that is tuning in isn't here for the football content. They might even be watching the game right now. And if you are watching both at the same time, massive kudos. Yeah, let's do
a slides real quick, Roats, so we can go on to
let's go through a quick recap. So on the macro side of things, Bitcoin side of things, we had a sharp dump. We talked a lot about it. Spoke out to those various targets in that low 50K range. I think we absolutely nailed it. It's awesome. And now it's rebounding pretty strong, and we'll see where this rebound leads us. The sky's the limit on this rebound. We did get kind of enough of a dump, so that's good. We'll get into more of that, I'm sure, soon. Rate cuts, 50 basis points. Still a slight chance on it. I think the 25 basis points is most likely there. At least that's what's being priced in. But we'll see. There's still some more information to come out, all that kind of stuff. So it may change before we get to then. Stocks had its worst week of the year last week. Obviously, crypto also had a pretty rough week. Not its worst, but a rough week. We have the debate going on tomorrow. That will be I mean, I'm more excited about that than I am about football this weekend. And I'm Canadian. I just, it's gonna be entertaining. I think, hopefully.
I agree.
Other than the sleepy one last.
Is that tomorrow?
So that is tomorrow. I don't know when. I assume around 5, 8 p.m. something like that, or 8 p.m., 7 p.m.
Yeah, that'll definitely give some reaction to the market.
Right. And yeah, I mean, so there's been some wild. I mean, I keep jumping into stuff. So let's go through the rest of the kind of the headline stuff. NFTs volume's down a bit. Kenpai Panda's had a really nice surge here recently. Creeps as well. Mostly flat. We've seen Quirkies run a bit as well. We've been talking about that for a while now. And then there's been some really awesome punk sales. A lot of them have been sold at quite a discount from where they previously were. But I think the fact that they are selling and moving is still really good to see. Meme coins, some movers. I mean, the rebound on some of them are going to be a little bit better here as crypto rallies, and typically is stronger on the meme coins than it is on crypto. And then prediction markets. There's this Kalshi ruling that basically said that it's fine to do prediction markets on political events. And so that's just another positive catalyst on the prediction market side of things. I know I had a bit of a bear take on prediction markets on whether or not they get kind of shut down on the US side of things. It seems like it's going the opposite direction right now, which is really good. And then Nate Silver providing a bit of an arbitrage, I think, opportunity on Polymarket for the election winner, etc. As Nate Silver is leaning heavily towards Trump, 60% side of things, which is much more significant than what we're seeing on Polymarket.
I see Michelle Obama on there.
So that's the headlines. I think we can jump right into the crypto side of things. I'll share my screen and feel free to toss your screen in, anyone, if you want to. But overall, yeah, we're in this nice rebound. I'll switch up the candles here, as most are probably familiar with there. But a good rebound up to the key level of 58K here. Broke down, tapped down on this kind of lower side of the wedge, which is right in this range of the 52K range that we're looking at. So overall, looking strong for the most part. We'll see how it goes. I don't necessarily have a good read plus or minus coming out of this wick down. It's certainly possible for a continuation down off of this rally, but really, I think the general impression is that if Trump is running strong, that is really good for crypto. And if
definitely
Tesla is running strong, then it's bearish for crypto. That's why tomorrow debate is so important. That's why Trump being favored by Nate Silver, the legendary political prediction analyst, that I think is positive towards overall crypto, and I would be bullish towards crypto at least in the current term and over the next couple of months here. So sure, maybe there's some downside. I think the downside, really 52K range is probably good support. So I would be long from here, even regardless of what might be possible downside. But the next few days probably look pretty strong. Of course, 58K and 50, 61, 62K range are pretty important levels.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna pause. What's everyone else's thoughts? What are we looking at?
It's pretty much exactly what I was seeing, like that 60K level. That's a pretty there's been a lot of action around that. We've seen it kind of hold above there back in May. And again, back in July, we kind of made a move back down to the same level, went back up, and here we are again back at the 60K level. So I definitely would like to see us try to make a move up above that, hold above, maybe start to see some more movement up from there. And yeah, we'll see. Really, the next couple of days are pretty important at this 58K. So if we start to see some selling pressure, maybe we do see lower 50s again, high 40s.
Yeah.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, my chart looks just like yours, bro. I almost have the exact same levels. Levels were off like by a couple hundred. Those fib levels there. But yeah, I'm kind of looking at the same thing. 56, 306 is that exact level. I know yours is a couple above it, but that really, like Garrison said, that same level. Looking at it on a weekly, it does look nice. We originally held that 56, 306 level quite a few times. We broke below, touched that 61.8% retracement you got marked out around the 52K range. And I think if we hold above 56, bro, just like you said, I think, we're going to see some movement up, but I want to see us hold above there.
Yeah, I mean, this is my favorite time of the last couple months since March when it takes that dive and then like has like a 1 day 4 to 5 to 6 to 7% gain, and you're like, oh, we're back. We're gonna go all-time highs this move. Yeah, I mean, it's always a good buying opportunity down here. It's been holding that corrective channel very well since February, March.
It's really easy to counter trade what the sentiment is, right? I mean, I think a lot of it was we're going down, we're hitting 40K, we're going 30K, bull market's over as we go through this, and if you counter traded that, we're straight back up, right? So
yeah,
sometimes you want to pay attention to the sentiment. We're saying right now that it looks really positive. Crypto is zigging versus zagging through this chop pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I started drawing this pattern probably around like here, early July, right? If you look at my screen, and then it's just been holding on. I mean, this kind of fell short the last during the first week of April, or the last week of April, and then now it's just. I mean, it's respecting the technical support and resistance pretty well this time, which is crazy to me.
Yeah,
like, you're going to go out and trade this
March,
right? I think down here, like I started drawing it down probably like mid-June, and it's been holding out. So I think what we nearly need to see is a fake out up here where it reaches like 65, 66, and then it just continues to run, catches out all the short traders out, and then that's when you see all-time highs and that kind of euphoria phase.
Yeah, I think it could get pretty exciting once we start getting up to those 70K range again. I think, especially if we can start closing above the recent all-time highs, I think people are going to start getting excited, and maybe we'll see some more price discovery that we thought we were going to get earlier this year.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it breaks like 70, I mean 70, 72 hit all-time high, it's definitely running, right? People are gonna start FOMOing in. You'll see the normies try to search how to buy Bitcoin. That kind of mania will definitely happen once you hit like 72, 75.
Yeah, this is a big range we've been playing in since pretty much this whole year, from like 51K to that 70K.
Yeah, I'd really like to see a break of at least 64 before like really getting excited on my end. I'd want to see us at least break that last high and start continuing up. You have a nice little wedge drawn out there. I think Danksy, you got your screen shared, but nice little, I guess, whatever you want to call that. But you pretty much trap price in a downtrend, ultimately, in simple terms. But I want to see break that last high around 64, and from there we can maybe 64 and a half roughly, and we could see some more excitement, I think, from the real investor traders, where they might see that. But either way, I'm long-term bullish. It just short term, it's going to be real reactive, I think, like Rotes has been saying for the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Rotes, I'm going to put you back on. How do you guys want to look at the ETH chart? I know Doge has been a runner today, like I think 7 to 8% today.
I saw like something with Trump and Elon where he's like the it has nothing to do with crypto, but he's like I don't even know the term.
Yes.
The abbreviations were DOGE though, and everybody's like Doge to the moon.
That's funny.
He's the deputy
Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
That's what it is.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, it's funny. Looking at the ETH chart, I mean, we're still, I feel like, kind of holding it down at them levels. We've kind of moved farther down, actually, it looks like. On a weekly chart, we're still looking healthy. I think we could still run down to like 1,800 and be okay. But yeah, I'd want to see us hold above 2K for sure. Especially if you go to DeFi Llama, I'm sure there's probably some big liquidations, big liquidation levels coming up, which I'm trying to pull up.
Yeah, for ETH to kind of feeling the same. If we can make a move back up towards that 2,800, then I would definitely be a little bit more excited to start and see some more push towards the 3,500, 3,200 area. And at that point, Bitcoin would probably be making a little bit more of a move up as well. So yeah, very reactive, the whole market kind of at these lower time frame levels.
Yeah, and you can see some of these prices like right there, 3.4 million will get liquidated if ETH hits $2,100 unless they add to their position, their leverage position. But what's crazy about this too, I mean, is they used to report a lot more data, but they don't report on Aave and Maker anymore. So I don't know what happened to DeFi Llama, but if you look to the left, you can see the protocol it's locked up in. It's just showing pretty much Compound and Liquidity. And then the what is that, Venus? Never even heard of that either. But yeah, I mean, some of these levels, man, I mean, there's a lot of money that could get liquidated, and you could kind of see a snowball effect for ETH here.
Yeah, that 2138 is the biggest one.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Even 2,000. You're right there on holding above that, but
yeah,
then it's
These are
not
liquidated
too bad.
No, not too bad, but I mean, again, we're still missing all of Maker and Aave data, and those were the main. That was like the main areas where ETH is held. So I don't know why they stopped reporting on those. Something must have happened
some
between
type of
them.
partnership, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what I think. Uncle Liquidity stepped in.
We don't have this one. Only has Bitcoin, right? CoinGlass.
I haven't used that one in a while, actually. I forgot about that.
This one's worked really well for some of the actions that's happened here. But I've always used it for Bitcoin and haven't looked at it for Ethereum, or if it exists for Ethereum on it.
Yeah, CoinGlass. Yeah, coinglass.com/liquidations data. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a little link here. I can share my
Ethereum
screen.
futures data. There's some on Ethereum here as well.
Yeah, yeah. But definitely interesting. That's where like the ETH and the Bitcoin differ too, because as far as Bitcoin goes, I'm sure there's some locked up, but not at the levels Ethereum is. And some of these people could get liquidated, and that could really affect price depending on if or where they sell that ETH to cover their ends, bro.
Right. I'm assuming it's mostly on DEXs, right? It's not going to be through an exchange. So you're just going to see like huge dumps on like Uniswap and other DEXs.
Yeah. But definitely would like to see us hold above that 2K level. Otherwise, again, I think we could even move down a little bit farther. But on a weekly, it looks like we're going to hold.
It's a good spot on the weekly, yeah. Right off the 200.
Yeah.
2,300, kind of both held in there pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, ETH's been pretty sleepy recently. Hasn't really done much.
Yeah, it's definitely had the whole summer's been slow. I think people kind of unplugged for a little bit too.
It was a slow ETH summer.
Yeah, I just saw a headline too that said that.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I feel like whenever we talk about ETH, we talk about Sol a little bit too. It looks like Sol's still holding that that 128, that 130 level almost perfect, bro. It's touched it probably like 20 times on a weekly even. But
yeah,
I'm bullish on Sol.
Solana's looking a little bit like the Bitcoin chart, kind of.
Yeah, it's following it a little more closely.
Yeah.
Solana hasn't seen the all-time highs yet. It's like a mix of ETH and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Sol has been definitely a winner these past couple months.
Definitely.
With the meme coin stuff. But meme coins are kind of slowing down recently.
100%.
We can go to that later, but I did some digging today. It was pretty interesting, some things. But yeah, any other, I guess, major crypto you want to look at?
I guess XRP, I mean, I've kind of stopped looking at this for a while because it's bored me out. It's been at the same level since, like, if you go back all the way to September of 22, it was at the same price in September of 22. It made a run up to like 95 cents late last year or mid last year. But other than that, it's been very slow and boring. But it's been holding and looking pretty bullish for, I mean, these last 2 years. It's just very quiet.
Yeah, it's a bad token to hold on like an exchange or, you know, in your wallet. But I mean, if you're trading it, like leverage trading it, you could have definitely made some money on it. But otherwise, I mean, holding it, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Stable coin.
I'd like to see it. Yeah, it is like a stable coin. I'd like to see it hold above this 50 cents. And then maybe start to make moves up towards that 60-cent range. And once we get back above that 65-cent range, I might start to kind of look to get into it again. I'm not super passionate about XRP just because it's been so slow and has showed no signs of life really in the last year and a half.
Are they still trying to do the basically transfers through banks?
Yeah, I think they're already like in Dubai and everything like that.
Yeah, technically they're like an ISO 222 compliant token, and they work with what is the Swift people. It's an acronym. I can't think of Swift.com. Forget what it's called, but it's an acronym. It's one of them. But yeah, Swift is like pretty much the major payment systems of the world. They kind of, you know, set the pace, set the tone, I guess you could say. And the banks and utilize that certain data systems, I guess you could say, in messaging systems for the data too. But XRP and a couple other ones are supposed to make it a little more simple. But there was a time frame, November 2025, so they still have a year technically to move over completely.
So yeah, that was like the main thing when I saw XRP doing that. I got super excited about it, but it was like that court case ended and then it ran up to like 94 cents and then it pretty much fell back down to these levels.
Where do you see XRP going to price wise this bull cycle? Or is it still going to be at like 50 cents?
I mean, I would like to see $1 again if we're talking like within the next couple, like within the next year or so. But if we're looking like short term here, a move up to 60, 70 cents would be nice to see, especially be kind of a bullish signal for it. It's had a lot of resistance at that 65-cent level this last year.
Yeah, I just want to see it like hold above a level other than 50 cents, bro.
I know.
Like I've gotten so Garrison said, I'm not really passionate about XRP. I used to be at one point because it was one of the first tokens I ever bought that I made money in crypto back in 2019. But honestly, bro, like, you know, at this point, like I said, if you're holding it on an exchange, you might as well not, unless you want to like hold value, unless you're day trading it and actively trading and looking for zones. It could be a good token because it actually plays off the levels pretty well.
It does,
but again, you just got to keep in mind if you're just holding the token long term, for store value, maybe, but return wise, I mean, Garrison, like you said, it's nice to see it run and hit 70 cents, but I just want to see it like hold there for a while.
I want to see something.
I want to see it like hold that level.
Either crash to like 30 cents again, or let us know what's going on.
Yeah, but
I just thought that was funny because I was looking at it and it was the same price back in September of 22. So
that is funny.
But yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything else for. Everything's looking pretty decent on these recent retracements. Just like to see it keep holding here.
And even as far as ETH goes too, you look at Aave, because Aave is one of those places where Aave is running. It kind of, I want to see it break that 143 level, and that'll be really bullish on ETH because more people are going to be locking their ETH up in the protocols, utilizing it. But I want to really see it break that 143, 144 level.
I could set up for like a 160 run then.
Yeah.
At least on the weekly chart.
Yeah, comparing it to like other places where ETH gets locked up, like Compound and Maker, like looking at those charts too, like they're just kind of chilling still. Compound still looks nice. Maker still sucks because I've been holding it for a while. Going went down, but ultimately, bro, I like all those platforms, and they're there's a lot of ETH locked up in them. It's where majority of ETH is sitting is in these protocols.
Yeah, you guys were the one that says Aave, right? Is the leading indicator to the bull market, or like the move higher?
Yeah, it's kind of what I look for. I look for like more or less money flowing into ETH altcoins, because they're putting ETH into their protocol, then they get the Aave in return for whatever the Aave ETH, and they can swap that for pretty much any token. But ultimately, yeah, I think they're good indicators because that's where, again, majority of that ETH that ETH is locked up in their protocols. And Maker was originally the one where we first started watching it because we were buying it around like 510 to like 450 to 510. And dude, every time it ran and broke out, then like a week later everything took off. And I don't know if Garrison noticed it as much, but like I feel like I recognize like a little more patterns on mine. I don't know if you ever noticed that, Garrison, but I know
you've talked about it a lot to me as well. So I kind of noticed it because of you, but I didn't really. So you started pointing it out. It's kind of does happen like that.
I was gonna say just before you said all of that the chart looks really strong here.
Maker.
It looks like it. It looks like it's Aave. Looks like it's in a bit of a breakout there. So
I'd like to see it hold above this 1500 level for sure.
Yeah, I'm holding a little bit of Aave too. I mean, we were buying that way back when. I think that was what, $50, maybe $40.
Yeah, it did drop down to 50.
I mean, that's just another project, bro. Like that, I bought a bunch of them down below, and well, not enough, unfortunately, but bought a decent amount down below, and kind of just held it for the entire time, bro. But because I was holding those tokens, like I realized when they broke out, I was getting excited, like, yes, Aave, Maker, they're running. Compound not as much, but Aave and specifically Maker, these last couple pushes up, bro, from when Bitcoin made that major move. I mean, dude, Maker took off. And like I was getting hyped, bro, because I bought like one whole Maker at $500, and next thing you know, it's at 1,000. I'm like, yes, I doubled my money, and then, just kept running, and I kept taking a little bit out every time and just kind of swapping it into different tokens. But, yeah, that was kind of just something I realized. I think from Maker going from 500 to the 2K, I think it maybe more actually. I don't even.
Went up to a good 4K.
Yeah, frick, I have the wrong chart up. But yeah, I just watched it, bro. I kind of have some levels marked out too, specific ones. Like where it touched 1400, came back, wick down on the daily. It came down on wick down and touched 1400. Like I'm pretty sure if you threw like a fib level on it, it's a perfect 78.6 touch. And then the same thing happens on the next one. You know, if you use that bottom and then move it back up, dude, same thing happened. It wicked down at 1700 and boom, took off. And pretty much every time, bro, just wicked down, came down at perfect. Dude, is like the most beautiful setups you could have imagined. Like it literally touches it. And you know, I started getting a little cocky in some of the old videos that we were making on YouTube. I'm like, by surprise, you know, like guess where it's at, Garrison. And like I didn't even have the fib drawn up, and I draw the fib up, bro, and it like perfectly touches.
It's really bounced off that 886 zone right now, I think, where you were talking about.
Yeah,
at least the way
Ave looks good. Maker, I still like it, but it's just I want to see it make a little breakout. It's still holding 15, about 1600 roughly. Once it breaks that 1900 and even that high of 2100, that's when I'm going to be like, uh-oh, here we go. And it'll go fast too, bro. It'll go fast. You look at the tokenomics of both of them. They both got, you know, every token's in circulation. I think Maker's got maybe less than 1 million, I think it is. So, you know, doesn't take much to move it either.
Yeah, in March, Maker made that run towards 4,000, and since then it's it's down 60%.
Yeah, Garrison and I think put our funds in Maker around like 1900, like a couple, I think 2K into it, and she dropped, so it's unfortunate. But it happens. I was hoping we were a little again on the confident side that she was going to hold those levels, but she broke. Happens, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty solid corrective channel right here. I think waiting for the next breakout is pretty optimal at this point for Maker.
Yeah. Awesome tokenomics on both of them.
Yeah. Interesting. Any other, I guess, non-meme coin tokens you guys want to look at?
No, I don't think so. I think actually covered, I feel like, a little bit more than usual this time. So
one actually, I have one more. Chainlink.
True.
As far as utility goes, bro, I think in the long term this project's gonna run again.
The weekly
financial
looks
advice
nice.
by any means. I own this project, so I'm also eager for it. But they've got a lot of cool partnerships too, and a lot of cool utilities with cars. I think they're gonna work with Tesla and to work and put data on like turn some of these, I guess, digitize everything really from cars to houses and turn into contracts. So they have some cool stuff as far as chart wise goes too. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, on the weekly it's looking pretty nice.
And you know, it just ran not too long ago to $22. So you know, definitely some potential there. I'm bullish on it. I like the project. It's got again some cool utility, but that was the only other one I like. Just we'll see where it is next week. Especially after this debate, we're going to see a lot of reaction in the market.
Right, that's exactly it. We'll have to. It's very much you either placing a bet on, you know, a general sentiment on the debate, and therefore a market reaction to it. But I got to say that just to try to even call the sentiment on what it's going to be like, it seems super unpredictable. That I would wait to see what that sentiment is looking like and you know, be ready on your positions thereafter with it. But you know, that's kind of how I would look at it. It's going to be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, it is, bro. Like you said, it's gonna be hard to even guess. You're better off guessing actually with no knowledge.
Yeah. I want to say that, you know, the thesis around Kamala not being able to think on the spot, so to speak, is going to produce a weaker sentiment on her performance. But then there's also, you know, just circling and not really saying much of anything, and his cognitive ability also being in question, that, you know, he could play it either way quite easily. And we're going to get, you know, both sides of the coin on depending on the political stance and who you speak to on what that response is, right? So, I take a very strong crypto bias when it comes to political narratives, etc. And so, generally speaking, those around me, family, etc., have a very negative sentiment towards Trump. I think it's fairly common in anyone that's Democratic and Canadians, given the fact that we have a liberal government right now. The sentiment towards Trump is very poor. Now, I've come around on it quite a bit. Just the more I've reflected on what the last 8 years have looked like, but their opinions, they come up with negative Trump and pro Kamala. It's just like I hear it and I'm like, what? That's what other people think, because like I'm so on the other side of it, and like the contrast of the opinions, etc., is just so sharp and so divided. It's crazy. It's so
really
wild,
is, bro.
right?
It's what they want.
Like, I don't know if that's ideal, but like you're gonna, whatever that outcome ends up being after the election, you're gonna get this like strong kind of almost backlash kind of opinion on it, right? So
Yeah,
it's something that I and it's just to hear that the opinions, and it's wild. It's just wild to get that, like, you hear about Trump said this and what's going on here, and and it's just like, yeah, do you hear what and I don't even say anything, because like if I were to say that, hey, I ideally prefer Trump, is not a debate I'm willing to get into at all. And I could only imagine what it's like.
It was my bad. It was funny at the Cubs game. I was in the bleachers, so there was people, like, there was two people talking, like a couple, like literally one person across from me. I heard them. They were talking about politics, and one of them was pro Donald Trump, one of them was pro Kamala Harris, and the lady ended up getting up and walking away. She's like, "You came to sit next to me. I can't do this anymore."
Wow.
That's so crazy, bro.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I was like, "Uh-oh."
That is crazy. But it's funny.
I
I think
want to jump into that.
in Chicago they have Trump Towers still, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Wonder how that's looking nowadays.
Yeah,
Looks
I
good.
mean, it's kind of crazy.
One of my
I think
favorite buildings in the city.
Trump's been acting kind of funny recently, I feel like, with I don't know, he feels like he's getting old. I don't think, I mean, Kamala's, I think she's going to do well in the debate. I think she's going to outperform Trump, I think, especially in that setting. I think he's just going to ramble on and be.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thinks he's showing his California right now.
She's putting in some training hours, bro, for this debate. Let me tell you.
I wonder how well those questions will be, placated towards them, or how well they're going to know what type of questions are coming up, right?
I wish there was a DAO where
you can study, you can refresh, you can get your answers kind of labeled down there, that it doesn't become too difficult to do a lot of that.
At that point, just play a recording. Like, just have your phone in your pocket and like play the recording on the thing.
I will say, as we pivot, kudos to all Jets fans out there. You have now had twice as much Aaron Rodgers as you've ever had before, and it's looking pretty good. So are we pivoting to NFTs or meme coins?
Let's do NFTs first. Let's just try to keep it. I'm not sure how long it's going to take you, but yeah, let's go NFTs first and see how.
NFTs might be pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, the NFTs are kind of sideways at the moment, with some positive, bullish undertones across the market. So there's this kind of general sentiment is good. Volumes have been pretty flat across the board. Punks generating a lot of the volume here lately with some fairly large good sales, some grails moving and switching hands, so that's excellent to see. Buyer seller ratios have just kind of been all over the place, nothing too significant there. If I slide down here to unique traders, and this is, your active unique wallets. Doesn't mean active participants, and there's no easy way to measure active participants, but you could have active NFT participants that aren't making trades. But those have moved up here over the last couple weeks and is trending upward for the most part. New buyers as well is kind of seeing a bit of a bump over the last little bit, kind of closer back to June levels, which is good. July was just really quiet over the summer. And then, April, May was quite strong, although April, May is in that blur farming zone. So overall, pretty good. And then if we look at the index here, and I've kind of trimmed this down, it's just an index now, no blue chip, mid cap, or anything like that. Holding pretty stable and trending upwards here over the last, really since early August. And so the last month has been pretty strong and looking really good. And then if we look at some of the kind of the winners and movers, Kenpai Pandas, as I mentioned, up 60% or so, down pretty bad from everything that kind of happened with the Trump token kind of rug and association and all that kind of stuff. Provided a bit of value. I think overall Kenpai Pandas has been one of the more active, involved communities. So I think that's just a place to bet on where they can still go. Creeps as well, up over the last bit here, 40%. Quirkies are kind of the three big leaders here. And then punks, like I said, making some momentum. They're up a bit. And then the Evo ecosystem is actually apes and mutants retraced a little bit. And then, over the last month, kind of similar, but you can see most collections over the last month are up and positive, which is excellent to see. A few down, Sugartown, of course, Zynga kind of selling them off is bearish for them. Fluff World, and then Redacted Remilio. So kind of the counter trade of Milady's versus NFT sentiment. NFT sentiment down, Milady's up. NFT sentiment up, Milady's down. It's kind of been the trend that we've seen there. So overall, pretty good. I think that, really good exercise that we've done in the past is just to kind of look at some of the parsec data, look at key levels, and sometimes that can kind of play into telling a story. And I'm going to assume right now that some of these collections are pushing up against important levels, and we could be looking at maybe a bit of a breakout here if crypto continues to move. Positive. That's parsec.
Yeah, I agree. Everything's looking pretty decent. I know you said we've had a small retracement over the last couple of days / week, but I do like to see, Bored Apes are at 11.98. That 12 ETH range I feel like is pretty important, and that I like that mutants are above 2 ETH here. And Quirkies had a definitely a pretty good week. They're sitting at 1.15 right now, and there's only 77 of them listed out of 4,999. So it's looking pretty good. It's a thin floor from here. So the Quirklings as well, they have had 2 1-of-1 sales over the past week. So that's pretty bullish. And one was just an hour ago, and the other one was 9 days ago, actually. So not within the last week, I guess. But it's been pretty good. Quirklings have gone up a good couple percent over the last week. So other than that, I do know we can order, if you do hold a Quirky OG, you can buy the energy drinks tomorrow, I believe. So I saw an announcement from them. Pretty excited for that, the Quirk Quencher.
You brought up Bored Apes, bro, and I came across a news article. This doesn't sound bullish on NFTs. I love NFTs, but it's kind of funny. But it says if you bought a Bored Ape at its peak, you've lost 93% of your investment. So that was April 2022, and price was looking at around 429K. But you know, everything's taken a dip since then. I think being a pioneer, being early in the space is part of that. Who knows if they'll get back up to those levels? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But regardless, bro, I think that was just part of being a pioneer in the space. Even if they don't make it back up there, even if they do, bro, it was early on. There's still more to build. The early projects, but I seen it and I chuckled a little bit looking at it.
Yeah, no, things are looking. I like the sentiment right now for NFTs. So,
Yeah,
I did see little pudgies dropped a little bit. That could be potentially a good entry at this 0.8 level.
And I see Rotes, is that your screen you got pulled up there? Do you have
Yeah.
Doodles pulled up? I seen Doodles and what is it? Adidas launched something with Doodles and the guy that sings. What is it? Pharrell, his name is.
Pharrell Williams.
Is that just recently here?
I want to say it's pretty recent. I seen that article today, actually.
Yeah, I know there's been a lot coming out of their camp. Obviously, the Toronto Film Festival happened. That looked like a pretty amazing event, and you know, in that typical Doodles fashion. Really good.
The Arizona Iced Tea collab was really cool, I thought, too. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like the brand and IP is really starting to take off there, and you know, they're pushing against this 200 day, but like anything above 1.7, I think, and you could be looking at a bit more of a breakout on Doodles. So continue to wait to see how they're moving along, but lots coming up on the positive side for them, which is good to see.
Yeah, things are looking pretty positive.
Good on the NFT side. I'm getting some offers on some of my old NFTs, so that's always a good sign. When I check my email, it's like a lowball offer, but it's a higher lowball offer than before. So pretty good.
Yeah, you're right. Little Pudgies is looking like at a bit of a discount compared to where Pudgies is at in this 11 ETH range. So they could be a smaller play on the Pudgy side of things. And it's loading up, and like they hold a similar level to Corky's in this like 0.8 range. I know Corky's goes about 0.7. So you know, downside on this is minimal, and then they trade all the way up to 1 ETH kind of is their long range that they've been on. So they're on the lower side of this range for the most part. Parsec's been being a little bit challenging for me here at the moment, but yeah, I mean, this is right at the bottom of that range. But you know, 0.89 could be on the upper side of it, so it's pretty tight range. And I've noticed that going through these collections so far that most of them are back in kind of range levels, and those ranges are all fairly tight for most of the collections in there. So it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. But I think positive move there. It could look really good, but a lot of collections are pushing towards the upper bound of ranges, and so there could be still some retraction here on NFTs.
I also think B3O Beast floor is looking pretty good. It's a 0.2, and then it's a point. Mm-hmm. There's one listed at 0.2, and then it's a 0.1 jump from there. There's only 10 listed out of the 1,000.
Always, yeah, we're trying to move it pretty quickly. Where we have some things cooking on our end, so I think the streams help. Getting more exposure on Twitter has been helping. Yep. Actually, our calls have been printing money recently. I was gonna post a couple this week, but thought I had some scheduled, but didn't. But we've been printing money on all fronts, actually. Equities, crypto, poly market, everywhere you can print money, we're printing money. And then Rhodes has the NFL betting analysis done, and he's gonna send that over to you, hopefully.
I know you guys got some merch dropping like already, or is it coming soon?
We've done some already. Yeah,
we have some merch stocked up for existing members and new members that we're pushing out.
The B3L black hoodie. The B3L black hoodie is phenomenal. It is right in line with the Quirky's original hoodie. That
Nice.
is also one of my favorite hoodies. So
I bought the B30 shirt I don't remember when it was, but you guys did another drop back then, and definitely grabbed that. I like it's one of my favorite shirts too.
Yeah, this will probably be our last. Don't hold me on this, but it's probably be our last merch drop, just because I don't know. We don't like the merch game too much. It's too much inventory for us. So
for sure.
After this, we'll probably pivot to something else. But I think
the knowledge game.
Right, the knowledge game, the growth game, the crypto, I guess, blockchain technology game, something less physical, I think, is kind of our expertise here.
So, meme coins, let's get into it. Let's get into Polymarket. I have only a brief 10 minutes more to go.
Oh yeah, let me run the meme coins real quick. I've been deep diving.
Deep diving, I love it.
Deep diving today. I don't know if you follow the Machi meme coin.
I heard about that.
Yeah, so this was kind of interesting to me because,
it's a bad word, isn't it?
What?
Machi.
Oh, I mean it's showing what the meme coin market is now, right? Like it's on Blast for one, so not on Sol, which might have been a mistake. 9 million market cap. I mean, for someone Machi's size, that's kind of like it's kind of a step back, right? It's kind of what are you doing? Is it meme coins? Is it your clout's gone? But I was really interested in this baseline situation. I don't know if you've looked into this. They are basically allowing people to leverage trade meme coins without liquidation. And I was looking at this, like, okay, what's the secret sauce here, right? Because this is different from Pump.Fun. This is different from the leverage tools that is currently in the market. It's interesting, right? Because it's consistently, they call it looping into positions with leverage, and there's no liquidation, which is interesting to me. The thing is, they're charging you a super high APY to do it, somewhere between 15 to 20%. And that's kind of their secret sauce to keep it working. And they basically charge it the same way as the funding fees if you're trading on perps. So you just like slowly bleed out of your position over time due to the fees. So that's kind of their take on leverage meme coin trading right now. And there's only two coins, Machi and this Yes coin. 40 million market cap. I mean, it's the only two on this platform right now. So it's quite an interesting experience. Yeah, I saw it today. I was like, okay, this is a different thing than the traditional Sol meme coins. So if you go to Loop here, you can look at my screen. So it's in USD. So like if you put in $100, you can get basically 2x leverage at a 15% APY.
Interesting. It's some full degen stuff right there, especially when you're trading Machi, which is Mr. Degen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised it's such a low market cap. What's he been up to? Like he's been pushing it. Like he has, like it's where is it? Like it's not like he's not pushing it, right? So there was a pre-sale for this, so I'm not sure if any of you guys bought into it or not. But he was doing a spaces earlier today.
What else you got on the meme coin side of things here?
Doge. I don't think anything on Solana is very interesting. Nothing's been. You need to hit like a Nero. Actually, Nero's been doing really well. Have you seen that?
Yeah, Nero. It's. I think it's the original one, isn't it?
This Nero, the one on ETH. I mean, it's back up. It was like slowly bleeding out for like a month, and then now it's back up to 170, 180.
Are you talking Doge or are you talking Doge ETH meme coin? Department of Government Efficiency,
Doge, the
which actually
big
looks pretty
one,
strong.
number one.
Yeah, no, there's a meme coin of Doge as well.
This one, right?
Yes, which just recently topped.
Interesting.
But you could look at that as a pullback and continue on an additional
Right,
wave
it's been
there.
doing
So,
nothing for like a long time, and now it's
well, because of his tweet.
I don't know. For meme coins right now, I feel like the best time I think to trade meme coins is like when you get that next 500 to next 800 mil market cap coin, right? And getting like that's when the environment of trading meme coins is like highly profitable. Now you're just waiting for these. I mean, like, do you think this can get to like 100, maybe 50?
Yeah, no, you
If
definitely
there's
got
another,
it.
if
You
there's
got a
another
point,
tweet,
though. Go ahead, you're good.
What's up?
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just said you got a point, though. When the market is it's kind of chill, you can make a couple 2x, 3x plays, but it's not like the holder tokens. Like there's going to be a token that pops off that does go to 3, 4, 500 million, and then after that, you're going to get tokens that go from 10 million to 100 million left and right, just based off of. It kind of creates its own narrative of like meme coins are back.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think meme coins are taking a lull right now. Just I'm not sure what the next narrative or meme theme is right now, honestly. Maybe it's election
After this
related.
debate, yeah, after this debate, bro.
I'm sure there's some election type stuff going on right now. A lot of the election stuff though has been pretty volatile. Not a lot of it has caught on as much as it was in the early cycles. That I don't know if I'm hot on the election stuff, but I think that's where it's probably going to see the action here, for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at Polymarket. That's kind of
Yeah.
the best situation.
So I will say that after week one, if week one was the Super Bowl being awarded after week one, the 4 teams at the top all looked quite strong, all looked really good. Because
this
49ers
one?
are playing right now, but yeah, Lions, Ravens, Eagles all look really good. Of course, Chiefs look great. And yeah, Jets are playing pretty well so far. So I mean, I think top of the market there is looking pretty solid. Texans.
Yeah, I bought it
in the
heavily
hunt.
here, so
Bengals are pretty hard fade at the moment.
what about Dolphins? You don't think Dolphins can make a far run?
I would have thought so based on years past, but I think Dolphins they're a little bit kind of set back there. So I think where they're at is probably appropriate. Packers lost Jordan Love for a period of time there, so they're stepped back as well. Cowboys and Bills kind of surprised, but I don't think they're complete enough. Texans look pretty strong. I think what we're seeing here for the list of teams looks really good, but I think your play into playoffs is where you're going to see that bump and boost, and then from there it's a matter of picking teams and selling profit.
Oh yeah, I'm selling mine at like 20%, probably 25%.
Your 49ers KC Super Bowl is 2 years. What's another one? Like that's quite likely. EMC not playing tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Injury.
Kind of sad.
And so that's one of the big plays was picking up Mason, and so my co-owner is super sharp. We had Mason because he was calling the CMC out last week. I didn't believe him, so now he's out. So. But yeah, that one looks really good. I think the prediction market right here on the betting side of things is probably the most important one to pay attention to on in terms of elections. So popular vote, I think, is still good there where it's at, and And I think the
This is
the
crazy
election,
value. I don't know why this is not 80 plus.
it's going down too, is it not?
I guess. I mean, kind of, but I'm not sure why is it so cheap. There's no way she's losing this popular vote here.
Well, I mean, if you look at Silver now, he's got Trump at 65% odds to win. So I guess the case on there is whether or not Trump gets enough momentum. So this 52% is low, right? So that would be your arbitrage there, is that Silver has it at 65%. This is showing 52%. That's definitely something that stands out.
I saw a pretty cool one with what will Kamala say at the debate, or what will Trump say at the debate. It's 14% likely that Trump says something about crypto and Bitcoin, and 9% that Kamala will say something about it. I think that might be a pretty good flip, because I feel like they're bound to bring that up during the debate.
No, that's what I got baited in last time. They're gonna say crypto or some shit.
Yeah, I don't think there's been no crypto mentioned for some time. So,
yeah, maybe that's why it's so low.
That's the unless they ask like a specific crypto question, which like they're not going to at the debate. They're not going to bring it up.
Yeah, we'll see. I think I was seeing that, but yeah, I guess you're right. Odds are they may not talk about it. I know Trump said it at a few rallies a couple times, so that's kind of what made me think it would be brought up. But those are fun ones to do.
I feel like the border czar one is pretty confirmed. I think this one's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it says mentions border 15 plus times.
That's a lot of times. Not gonna lie.
Is. Kamala's only 5, so.
Oh, she doesn't want to bring up the border for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like this one could be the move. This one could be the degen bet. I'm speaking, but their mics are muted.
Yeah, that's true. They will have their mics cut on.
Yeah, sounds like a new work.
Fake news, 65% likely to say fake news for Trump. That might be a decent.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've been looking at these more.
Yeah, they're fun, bro.
It's like if you bet on something that's like 80% likely to happen and it happens, you get like a 20% return.
You get 25% on 80.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like if it's a 50% likely to happen and that happens, you would get
100.
Oh shit, okay.
It's based on your initial investment, not the percentage.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Epstein's on this list. What?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna say that. I don't think anyone.
It's 5%. Yeah, 5% say. You could bet no on a lot of these and probably come out pretty decent.
I was gonna say that's the play.
The movies one I see too.
The move.
Highest grossing movies. Yeah, I never really looked into this. I didn't even know about this until you guys brought it up.
I think this is definitely I think predictive market's going to take off relatively soon. I mean, it has been moving. It's just more so in the future.
It's going to continue to move. I mean, that it could be part of the mass adoption to crypto, just given how usable this is. I have to run. I don't know if we're going to continue on here. If you,
no, I think most of us has to run relatively soon. Appreciate you guys. Tyler, Crypto G from Elite Wealth. We're here every Monday, normally 5 or 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 to 8 Eastern. Every Monday we're here. We're talking mostly going over what last week, what we're looking forward to this week. Debate tomorrow. We also have spaces on Wednesday with Bren from Bren Trades and that crew, and then hopefully a Thursday one. We've been having some difficulty scheduling on Thursday, but looking forward to those at Virtually Labs. Thank you guys, Elite Wealth, Tyler, Crypto G for coming on.
Guys,
not a problem. Appreciate
Crypto
you guys.
Bird as well. Appreciate you.
Crypto Bird, yeah. I think he has been technical difficulties today. Not sure what's going on.
Yeah,
his
every
end.
time I would come in and I would click the mic to go say something, it would kick me into the back room and then it wouldn't let me do nothing. So I was just sitting there talking to myself like 3 times there. Like, I don't know what's going on. Let me message them real quick.
You gotta unmute the mic on this. Pretty sure.
Yeah, no, that's what I was doing. Every time I would do it, it would kick me out. So every time I would click the mute or the mic button to like go to say something, it would kick me out of the room. So I was like, did I say something wrong or like? But every time I would do it, I would like talk to myself and I would look at the screen. It would say you're in the back room, and I was like, so why is it? But when I would join back in, it would let me join. So I don't know what was going on.
I don't know, man. Too hot of takes, I guess. They're censoring you.
Literally. But yeah, no, we definitely appreciate you guys. We always enjoy these. Thanks for making time for us and making room for us up here. It's a lot better doing it with a group of guys than it is just, at least I like doing it better with you guys. Sorry, Garrison, I don't like it just you and I. It's a lot more fun when we do it as a crew. And
no, for sure.
It's nice to learn from you guys as well. So appreciate you guys. Let's crush this Monday, and we'll see you right next Monday.
Yeah, for sure. Where's the best ways to get connected with you guys? Is Twitter the move?
Yeah, Twitter's probably the best move. We have the link tree in our bio on the Elite Wealth, the one that's tagged in the Twitter post. You guys tagged us. So you click the link, all the YouTubes, Discords, a little bit of everything. I think some of Garrison's links, some of mine, maybe some of Bird's are in there too. But yeah, that's where you can find us, man. Appreciate that.
I appreciate it. For us, Virtue Labs, Roach, one of our analysts here, has been with us a long time. Best place for us is Twitter. We're active on Discord and Telegram. Probably best place to find out more information is also Twitter, and just get connected with the team there. And looking forward to next week and the spaces later on this week as well. So appreciate you guys.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Have a good night, y'all.
All right. See ya. Have a good night. Peace.